Hey, congratulations on your performance last night.
Thanks.
Are you pretty tired this morning?
Yeah, I'm pretty exhausted, but you never get a day off. We're going to have to head to the studio and start rehearsing in a couple hours.
Well, I have to tell you, I need to thank you because Blurred Lines was like my favorite song of the summer. Loved it until that uneventful night with Miley Cyrus and the VMA Awards.
Yeah.
And I could never, it's like ever since then I could not. It's like, oh, you ruined it, girl. You ruined it for me. But you know what? You fixed that last night. I have to tell you.
Thank you.
It was like, oh my God.
I really appreciate that. Yeah, we were a little nervous when we got that, especially after the VMA performance. Like, what are we going to do with it?
Yeah,
I'm really happy with what Pia came up with.
Oh, I know. It was awesome. So those visions of the VMA Awards have now been replaced.
That'd be one of the best compliments I've ever gotten. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, first of all, tell us about Dancing with the Stars. How did this come about? How did you get approached to do this?
You know, it just came out of nowhere. I was working on a TV movie at the time. I was on set. My manager called me and asked if I would consider taking a meeting for Dancing with the Stars. And honestly, I wasn't sure what he was telling me at first. I was like, to do what? I don't understand. He said, no, they want you to be a star on the show. And that's when I found out I was a star. I had no idea.
And you said in your pre-interview, too, on the show last night that you've never really been much of a dancer or never really thought you had the dancing genes. Do you still feel that way after last night?
No, I'm proud to say, Dave. I got a really big boost of confidence after doing that.
And, and some people when they go into it are just like, okay, I'm just here. I'm going to give this my best shot. Let's see how long I can last. But I don't see that in you. I see a competitor. You really want that Mirrorball trophy?
I've never not done anything to my fullest potential. And when I signed on the show, I told them I'm going to go far if you let me on the cast. Not the best dancer. I'm certainly not the most famous, but I will work harder than anyone.
Well, and you're from Ohio, and now you're being very successful in your acting career. I mean, it's definitely taking off between Pretty Little Liars, Teen Heartthrob, Army Wives, even being on Days of Our Lives, and then you've got a movie coming up that's coming out, The Starving Games. I think that's a testament to, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it 110%.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to be the best at what I do, and I'm going to work hard every day to make it happen.
So did you think it was an advantage going first? Was it hard sitting there watching everybody, or did you sit there and go, I'm taking notes, I'm finding everybody's weakness, and I'm going to go in for that? How did you sit there all that time watching?
I was really relieved to just get it out of the way. I really didn't want to go towards the end and have to sit and watch everybody else and give standing ovations and have to follow it up. So kudos to Snooki for going last.
Oh, yeah. I admire anybody that's out there doing that, especially to be judged. I mean, you're literally being judged, and those judges are honest. It is a reality show, but it's real.
Yeah, and they get you when you're very vulnerable right after you dance, and you really put yourself out there. But, I'm used to that as an actor. We get told how people feel about us all day, every day.
And you seemed really, really relaxed and really in the moment. Was that really how you were feeling, or was that just really great acting?
Honestly, I was pretty nervous until we got the dance out, and I don't even remember a lot of it. I think I blacked out a little bit in the middle of it. I remember the beginning and the end pretty clearly.
And then I was curious, too, because everybody had a different... Did you get a choice of the type of dance? Because it was either the cha-cha, I think the foxtrot, or the contemporary. Did you guys have a choice, or was it assigned to you? And do you have choices going forward?
It was assigned to us, and as far as I know, it'll be assigned to us every week. We don't really get a choice. Kind of just what the producers think will suit you, what they want to see this next week. I think that, for example, next week we have the rumba, which I think is going to suit Peter and I very well.
And, how often are you practicing?
Oh, we're starting again today. We're rehearse 6 days a week.
Oh, my goodness. And how many hours a day are you doing this?
We're capped at 4 hours a day, which seems like a lot initially until you start really feeling the time crunch, and then it goes by so quickly. I really wish we had a lot more time.
Oh, I can imagine it. I'm sure it does go by fast because you're moving and you're focusing, and the concentration that goes into it, and the frustrations too.
4 hours is up, and you haven't even learned as much as you thought you should have.
Well, and that frustration, that takes up a lot of time.
Yes, I'm learning that. I gotta learn to be patient with myself.
And what about the physical challenges? Because you seem like you're pretty much an in-shape kind of guy. So is there anything that you're learning about yourself or some of the challenges that are coming along with it that you didn't anticipate?
I had no idea there was so much hip movement in the cha-cha. And I've never moved my hips like that in my entire life. I didn't know I could move my hips like that. We did a lot of stretching and work on just really opening those up and being able to do it. It was a huge challenge.
Well, you seem like you've got a great coach in PETA. She seems like she's
the best.
Yeah, she's got a whip that she cracks, but she seems like she's going to make it work, and she's no nonsense. And I think that's I think you guys make a great pair. I mean, as
we get along, and we're really easy with each other.
So, what are the upcoming projects that you have coming up? I mean, I know because once Dancing with the Stars, is this interfering with other projects that you're working on?
Oh, we're currently on hiatus on my show Army Wives, which we're hoping to get picked up for an 8th season. We haven't heard yet. And I also just finished shooting a TV movie called The Michaels and a feature film called The Starving Games. It'll be in theaters November 8th.
And the Starving Games, that's a comedy spoof.
Yes.
Who else is in that with you, and what's that going to be about?
It's also starring Mayada Walsh and Cody Christian, who you guys might know as Mike from Pretty Little Liars. The spoof of the Hunger Games, and it's going to be hilarious.
Now, what about Pretty Little Liars? Are we going to see you back on there soon?
I certainly hope so. I've been kind of MIA on the show for a little while. Been wrapped up with some other projects, but I'm really hoping to return. I really love that show.
And, Brant, everyone, refers to you as that teen heartthrob. Do you like that title?
It still kind of blows my mind, to be honest with you. I was never expecting to be in this position. I'm still a goofy kid from Ohio in my head, and the fact that anybody would call me that's really remarkable to me.
I think I would be irresponsible if I didn't ask you, for some of our listeners, our younger ones for sure, is if there is somebody special in your life.
Not at the moment. I've been pretty focused on my career these last couple of years, and really hasn't been a lot of time for anything else. Well,
you scored 22. Were you happy with that score last night?
I was thrilled with the 22. I was really, really just hoping to get 3 sevens. And the fact that Len gave us an 8 really shocked me.
And how much interaction do you guys have with the judges? Do you have much interaction with them off camera, or is it just what we see when you guys
No, I actually hadn't met Carrie Ann and Len yet. I'd met Bruno earlier backstage, but I didn't get to meet Len and Carrie Ann until afterwards.
It just seems like a really good mix, and it seems like the show, the cast is a very upbeat cast this year.
Yeah,
this season.
They really want us all to get along and support each other, and we do. We're like an odd little family.
Who do you think is your biggest competition? Who's your biggest threat?
I didn't see it coming, but Amber Riley blew me away last night.
Yeah, she was pretty on fire, wasn't she?
She was. I had never seen her move before. I was expecting Corbin Bleu to do well. I was expecting Christina Milian and Elizabeth Berkley to do well. I didn't know Amber had that in her. She's a beautiful dancer.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think I don't know if she surprised herself, but she surprised a lot of people. And Bill Nye, the science guy.
Oh, Bill Nye. He put on such a good show. He was so underscored.
Yeah, I think he stole everybody's heart.
He did.
Being who he was.
I think is just putting on a performance and getting an audience to feel something. And I think he did that better than anybody last night.
Well, and at some point, you guys are going to have to start ripping your shirts off. Are you looking forward to that, or how do you feel about that? That's coming.
Maybe Bill Nye and I'll do it on the same week.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, Brant, I wish you the best of luck, and it was a pleasure watching you last night. Like I said, thank you, and I think I can speak for a lot of women. Thank you for restoring Blurred Lines. It's a good song again.
My pleasure. I'm so happy you feel that way about it. Thank you.
All right, well, good luck, and it was such a pleasure talking with you.
Likewise. Have a good one.